Hi, welcome back. Happy Monday from Melbourne. I hope you had a great weekend with your family or friends, and it's so important to be refreshed on the weekend and had to have a great rest before you start a fresh new week. Today I want to talk about conscious. At the beginning of the year, I posted 9 C's that's on my post talking about 9 C's that can help you to lead up a joyful and a fruitful new year. So today, the first C I want to talk about is conscious. And as we know, conscious mind is so popular nowadays. Or maybe you hear a lot about subconscious mind and stuff. But today I want to particularly focus on one thing, and that is our mobile phones. So as we all know, mobile phones become so important and too important, and that made us really addicted to our phones most of the time. Subconsciously, we didn't even realize that how much impact the phone has taken us, or has especially when you are in lockdown and you have to use phones to communicate with your families, and sometimes you can't you have to send a message to communicate. It's an amazing communication tool, but there are problems about that. Is there are too many people who are sleeping body, that they're walking but they are sleeping when they're holding their phones, when they're walking past the road, and they just keep their eyes on their phones all the time. So there are a few things I really want to it's a very sad story that I heard another day. I believe you guys are familiar as well if you watch news. By the way, I don't watch many news because that's not helpful to my life. But the news that I heard another day was talking about a parent, basically a mom. She went swimming with her son, and she was checking her phone, and the son was swimming in the swimming pool. Obviously, she has to supervise him, but she was too distracted by her phone. Within a few minutes, she was on her phone. The son was drowned. It's very sad story. I don't even want to talk about it, but the thing is about that is there are so many sad news and cases because people are not aware of how much sad effects and bad impacts the phone has brought to us. And especially when you were driving on the road, you can see someone sometimes say, what? Someone's not even looking at the road, they're looking at their phone. And this sometimes it makes you really, really frustrated, and why people are doing that. But it's just because people are not aware, and subconsciously they are very sleepy, and that's talking about conscious. They're not conscious. They just feel that they are paying attention, but they are not. And the other thing I want to talk about is talk about how can you build up a good habit to get rid of the addictions. Someone might say, oh, I'm not addicted to my phone, but let me ask you a question. If you are in a house from room 1 to room 2, will you just put down your phone when you work from room 1 to 2, or you're going to hold it no matter where you go in the house? You just feel like you have to take your phone with you. And if you're doing that, that means you're also addicted to your phone. And the other question I want to ask you as well is, in the morning when you get up, the first thing you want to do is reach out to your phone. And before you sleep, before you go to sleep, the first thing you want to do is touch your phone. Not joking, I have this bad habit too, and I have to be conscious and have to be really consciously paying attention to adjust myself and change this habit. Then I can do it. If not, I'm not conscious. What I was just saying about you is also what I am doing when I wake up. The first thing I was thinking, because I use my phone, set up my alarm, so I touch my phone, and I have a choice. Either I put it down, or I can bring the phone at the beginning of the day, which wasn't a good idea. So I highly recommend you, when you wake up at the first time, leave your phone alone for at least a few hours. Well, it depends on your actual situation. Like I have to use my phone to do workout, but except for workout, I'm not checking anything else. Another thing about, let's talk about the how to help, to change this the bad habits to a good one is there are many people who are doing phone fasting time. We did a few times during the lockdown as well, because it gets worse when it's locked down. You have to always either watch something or finding the news or updates, and everything goes to the phone. And I always say to my family and friends, I really enjoy the time that we have camera as camera, phone as phone, message with what's that called, BB call, what machine is called. It's funny, but that's better, because the more convenient it becomes when you have this technology all in one, the harder you're going to get rid of it. That's why we really need to remain conscious and not to be addicted by the phone. And the other thing we do as well as families, oh, I'm sorry, I kicked my anyway, so the other thing we're doing as a family is when we are having meal together, we consciously remind each other not to bring the phone or check your phone when we're having dinner or breakfast together. Because imagine if I'm talking to you, I'm holding this phone and I keep talking to you and I'm holding it. It doesn't, people who are listening doesn't feel that they're important. They feel that the phone is more important than them. So we do always spend time together with, by reminding each other not to bring the phone to the table. And that really helped as well. And the other thing, it's funny though, another day we got a friend, we got this scam and we won different Christmas gifts, and one of our friends got this. Do you know what that is? This is a phone gel. So if you are using too much of your mobile phone, this is a gel that you can lock the phone in, and this is a little lock. It's funny, isn't it? But I think it's more and more important now that we need to have the conscious mind. Mobile phone is important, but it's not that important. We really have to get rid of it when we are doing something more important. And also, I heard the other post from somebody else that there's restaurants that they're not allowing you to bring in the phone when you go in there, or there's no Wi-Fi, or they put somewhere to put your phone in during the whole meal. Don't check your phone. I think that's really good, and I believe in the future this is more necessary. And this actually, I'm not joking, if you wanted to find a new business opportunity, think about this direction, how to help people get rid of phone but not badly impacting their life. And maybe there's any other thing you can create, to take over phones. But it's a lot of things you can use your imaginations. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this share about the conscious mind, that particularly don't get addicted by your mobile phone, and always live at present and enjoy every moment and cherish people around you. And just not be a working, sleeping soul. You should be conscious and be awake all the time. I wish you have a great week ahead, and I will see you next time. God bless.